to a standing position. So transferring means to get up from a sitting position to a walking position, or from a standing position to a sitting position, like bed to wheelchair, bed to walking, and vice versa. So if you see that transferring seems to be a problem, it's because they are losing their dexterity in their lower extremities, as well as the strength to help them in the upper extremities as well too. Difficulty with gait, what I was just talking about, walking, balance, and mobility. Most seniors do not use assisted devices in their own home because they feel comfortable in their own home and they know how to navigate it. Because I've lived here for 30 years. I know where I'm walking. I know the hallways. But, as you get older and maybe not having the sensation in your feet, with peripheral neuropathy, you kind of shuffle. If not having good gripping shoes, or walking barefoot, or walking on an uneven corridor, meaning going from tile to carpeting, it's hard for them to navigate. So needless to say, walking, balance, and mobility is definitely an issue as we become older, and we refrain from wanting to use that assisted device because we're proud. We don't need it. Unidentified and unexplained bruising or injuries. Skin tears are a biggie. Bumping into walls. I know some clients that were trying to get out of bed, fell into the nightstand, so they hurt their eye. It's a balance issue. Skin tears is also navigating through doorways and rubbing their arm, which is very tender skin, against the doorway, and cutting their skin. So those bruises are very something to be paid attention to. Noticing unusual spots or wear on walls, door jambs, furniture, and other household items being used to assist them with stability while walking and navigating through their home. Just as I said, remember, they are maybe not using their wheelchair, their walker, their cane in the home, and they're actually feeling the wall to actually walk and to guide them. There is some people that I know that have rolling chairs in a kitchen set. To me, nobody should be on a rolling chair as they get older, may it be a desk chair or a kitchen chair. As pretty as they are, they're not conducive to their well-being. I've known some of my clients that threw themselves back to the wall with their rolling chair so that the chair would be stabilized, so this way they can get up. So what's going to happen to that wall? It's going to get nicked. So that's obvious that they're not navigating too well. Identifying that there is now uncertainty and confusion when performing once familiar tasks. Making a pot of coffee. If something that you did daily before and now you're finding it difficult, you have to put the water in, measure how many cups a day that you are. Oh, let's not forget to push the button on. If that's a task that you did daily and now you're having difficulty to do the step-by-step process, that's difficult. Staying on task. It should be familiar. It should be familiar to getting my cereal in the morning, going to the refrigerator, getting my milk, and getting the bowl. Step-by-step process. And you notice that in children, when they're very young, processing becomes very, very tough for them when they start out, because it's a learning process. It is not because of attention deficit. It is just so when there's more than 2 or 3 tasks to complete, or 3 steps to complete a task, it becomes cumbersome. Think of that same thing with the senior. When there is steps to be involved to do a task, it becomes very cumbersome and they tend to get off track. Extreme forgetfulness. They kind of blame everything on everybody else. Oh, I forgot it. I just forgot it now. I usually remember. Having to always write things down on little slips of paper. That's very personal to me with my parents. Writing because they want to have a commitment that they're not going to forget, and little slips of paper, or remembering where to put things that they have precious items that they want to hide, like jewelry or whatever, or the key to the safe deposit box. We now burrow through the house and try to find those items that should have been easily to be found. Medication management, big task. Forgetting to take medications or taking them in correct dosages. Having worked in home health care, that was a big thing that we helped our seniors, is medication management, making sure that they're on task, especially after leaving a hospital, or a new medication was ordered by a doctor, that they are taking it right at right intervals, or also watch for side effects as well too. But if medications are not taken at the right times, it could have adverse effect to it. So medication management, some of them don't even know what they're taking and what it's for. That lack of knowledge is very important for your ADLs, which one of them is medication management, where assisted living definitely assesses for that. With the doctor's help as well too, is to make sure that they can take the medications on their own. If it's something that requires assistance to identify a certain med, then they need to be under medication management and guided by the facility itself. So medication management could be very detrimental to somebody's outcome. Taking the wrong medication, doubling up, I forgot, taking triple of Lasix versus the one pill of Lasix, it could really have a major adverse effect. Missing important functions and appointments such as doctor's visits. Home health, when I did sales management with home health, that would be repetitious. They keep forgetting to get to the doctor, have no way of getting to the doctor. Missing appointments on a regular basis is a concern of them not being compliant, but it's a concern of them forgetting or not committing to their need to go see the doctor. That's what's great about assisted living, senior living, is the fact that the doctors come out to you. So there is no forgetting, there is no organization, there's no having to schedule it. It's already done for you. So that's a good avoidance of that problem. And missing functions, maybe it's a happy function, almost to like if you're having a birthday party for their grandchild, and they're not coming because they don't want to get dressed, they're depressed, and also they're missing functions, not because they're not remembering, they just don't want to engage in it. They don't want to recognize that, they don't want people to see or recognize that they're having a problem. Consistent use of poor judgment and behavior, such as failing for scams or sales pitches, giving away money, bill playing. Oh my God. This has happened so much recently, and recent things that you see in the paper, phone calls coming to seniors in their homes about, hey, I am the IRS, you need to pay this now. You're not going to get a phone call from the IRS. I know some seniors that got phone calls on their cell phones from the IRS. Or, you won the lotto. In order for you to win, even though that they didn't even buy a lotto ticket, they're not rational at that point, is, in order for you to redeem your monies, please have $500 aired to this, or give me your credit card number, or give me your social security number. There is so many scams out there that they really prey on the elderly. It's very sad that the elderly don't realize it, but that's where we have to be advocates for our senior loved ones and making sure they're not being scammed, and open up their mail. Be privy to the phone conversations. Be privy to what they're buying. Be privy to the fact of their checkbook ledger. They could be writing checks out to the neighbor next door's son who did a little yard work. Instead of paying the $50 that they agreed upon, they gave $500, so needless to say, it's something that we need to check up on. The other things we go into it, but I don't want to be lengthy now, and I can continue it next week, is changes in personal hygiene, neglect of household responsibilities. So I'm going to leave off today with Tuesday Talks with Linda of Golden Rule Senior Placement Services. If these these items are very prevalent and you're noticing your senior loved one having these problems or concerns, start thinking about it. It's not going to improve. It's only going to get worse. Trust me. I've been there personally. I've been there professionally with many of my clients. And the best thing to do is to have more oversight of your senior loved one. Yes, there is private duty care, but they're still isolated at home. Yes, there is day programs that are great for seniors as well, that they at least have socialization. Senior living is at all levels. There is independent living, there's assisted living, and there's memory care. And then there's also wonderful smaller home environments that are called adult family care homes, which are small ALFs. So consider that. If there is one or more just in this changes in their physical and mental status, then we need to be really having a conversation about moving on forward for a better quality of life. And I hope you entrust me with your senior loved one. It's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services. Tuesday Talks. I will see you next Tuesday. Give me a call. I'm here to help you and your loved one. Hi, good afternoon. It's Linda with Golden Rule Senior Placement Services with Tuesday Talks. Today I wanted